Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, it's for you. But remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we get into your key to the week, I do want to say thank you for those of you that are continued subbies. You know, Rafi loves you, and if you are new to my channel, thank you for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. But what is really important for you to know is if you are put off by some of the heavier sort of messages, if you are not able, like if you get quite anxious about the heavy predictions, etc., Reydiant Reality is not the place for you. All right, I'm just going to say that, and I say it out of all care and love because I don't want to upset anybody. But here in the Reydiant Nation, we talk about everything, the entire spectrum of life, and sometimes it is heavy. All right, so it is what it is. You've been given a clear and fair warning at this point. For your key to the week this week, you've got the Death card. Endings, completions, culminations in all of these different areas of your life. But more importantly, I actually feel like this is about release for a lot of you Taurians. I'm very excited by this prospect actually, because it kind of feels like a lot of you are ready to start letting go of or releasing or phasing out things that you know are no longer for you. All right, so in your actions and options, you've got the Page of Cups. So straight away we see a time sequence here. So whatever you are working on this week in all areas of your life, doesn't have to just be professional, this could be across the board. Whatever you are working on and whatever you are releasing right now will take you right the way through to October and November of this year. So pay attention to this week, especially things that you're setting into motion, because the chances are that you're going to see them come to fruition or come into sort of actuality around that period of this year. So this is a very long prediction considering this is a weekly. Now the other thing is, in terms of the options that are available to you, the Page of Cups is a chance for you to really look at how you feel about something, and because it's being flavored with the Death card, there's a chance for you to look at how you feel and to really move past it and transcend it, providing you're willing to be emotionally honest with yourself this week. When it comes to your when it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Judgment card. So look, the first thing that I want to say to you is the Judgment card is this is a change point, right? It's always a big clearing, right, of some sort. This is a clearing, a change of, sometimes it'll be a change of direction, but very often when the Judgment card shows up, we are very well aware that things cannot and will not continue as they are. The other thing is, sometimes this is a blast from the past. Now, for a lot of you, you've got the Death card here, this is breaking ties with the past. So you could have a conversation this week, and maybe that forces you to check in with your feelings, and then you say to yourself, okay, you know what, I'm done here. Whether this is, in a harsh or a completive kind of way, or whether it's in like a, you know what, I feel like I'm ready to transcend this experience now. Now, the other thing is as well with the Judgment card, because you've got the Death card here as well, this is very likely to come with a message or a conversation with somebody who has passed over. It's not to say that you're all suddenly going to become mediums, but it does suggest that a lot of you will be having dreams of loved ones past. They come to you, they tell you something, they give you some important piece of information, or they show you something, and it's a piece of a puzzle that you need in order to move forward in a really big way. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, the Judgment card, it's like you can see the finish line now, but the finish line isn't enough. It's like you're saying to yourself, I don't know if I'm done studying yet, or I don't know if I know enough about this subject in order to go in the direction that I was planning to go. There's something here about you being really sincere with yourself and your subject matter and deciding that you're going for it, but you feel like, I need more study on this, I need more education on this. I'm not sure that is the case, but obviously, you know, you have to do what's right for you. Now, when it comes to your those of you that are employed by somebody else, the Judgment card does does suggest that the job itself or the culture of the company is about to change. Now, interestingly enough, because it's the Judgment card, this does suggest that they are bringing something back. So maybe your boss comes to you and says, oh, you know, that bonus scheme that we scrapped, well, we're bringing it back. Are you interested in enrolling? Maybe this is duties and tasks that you'd been given once before. You know, they were taken off your plate. Maybe you were happy or unhappy about it. And I actually remember this happening for Taurus around late August to early September of 2023. And I remember a few of you in the comments saying, yeah, you know, this was taken off me and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm thinking about leaving. If you're still there, it looks like whatever this thing is coming back. So you might find that you get this back. And if that is the case, negotiate your tushy off, right? They're coming back to you after all, not the other way around. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could be a reconnection with somebody that you used to work with, but you know straight away that the vibe is not, it's not there, right? The Death card with the Page of Cups is you searching your feelings and realizing very quickly, no. The offer might be great. It might really be great. It might even be something that at first glance you're excited about. Excuse me. And then all of a sudden you realize very quickly that your feelings are telling you no. This is not the right place. It's not the right person. This is not the right person. You know, it's not a reconnection that I want in my business. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, look, with this Judgment card and the Page of Cups, there's something that you are done with. Whether this is a family situation, whether it's an old story, an old narrative, you know, with the Death card, you're done with it. Maybe even as well, for some of you, this is a belief system, right? This could be where, you know, you make the final rejection of a family religion or something along those lines, and you say, you know what, that it doesn't serve me, and so I have to move on from it from here. For your love and relations, you've got your card, so the King of Pentacles. So in some way, shape or form, whether you're a man or a woman, however you identify, you show up in your reading. And specifically when it comes to your relationships. So for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, it doesn't necessarily suggest that your relationship is coming to an end. It does suggest, though, that you are ready to be done with a certain type of emotional experience within the scope of your relationship. So, you know, where some couples do that silently seethe thing, they never really have it out. They just, you know, silently undercurrent bullshit each other until eventually it blows up and they have to talk about it. Well, this week you could kind of take the action lead on this, right? Because Taurus doesn't like drama. But one thing I have noticed about, if you've been with me long enough, you know I love my ball gang, right? Me and Taurus have had a very interesting development, and for years Taurus was the one sign that I just could not get on with, right? Because I'm an Aquarius, and as soon as Uranus moved into Taurus, my Taurus views went through the roof, right? And now we have this really amazing, and even with the Taurians in my life, I have this really wonderful, amazing relationship and understanding with them. It's so crazy how it happened. Like literally, Uranus moved into Taurus, bam, all changed. But that not liking drama for some of you does actually end up turning into your toxic trait. It's like, oh no, this is too much. It's too theatrical. It's too dramatic. I can't deal with that. And so I'm not going to get involved with it. I'm just going to ignore it or forget that it exists. Well, life is drama. Sometimes you have to engage in the hard stuff to get to the good stuff. I'm not knocking your work ethic here, Taurus, because you know one thing that I love about Taurus is that work ethic, right? If you want someone to see something through, get your Taurus, get your Capricorn, right? They will help you see it through to the bitter end. But that trait where you don't like drama, sometimes you use that as an excuse not to get involved with stuff. And I got to be honest with you, I think this is one of those weeks where, yes, okay, maybe you're not up for a certain emotional, feeling anymore, but it's up to you to do the responsible thing and say to your partner, this is where I'm at, this is how I actually feel. I know this is really uncomfortable, but we need to talk about it now so that it doesn't become a problem later. For those of you that are single and looking, this could be a fellow earth sign that you have already kind of been flirting around the idea of making it official. I think this week will be the decider. for your right. The Hierophant is you, right? Is Taurus energy. The King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So you show up when it comes to your relationships and your money. And if you've been with me long enough, you will have heard me say this, and it's something that I know to be true. When couples are fighting about money, they're actually fighting about sex. When couples are fighting about sex, they're actually fighting about money. All right, the two are so intimately linked. So when I see this Hierophant card here next to the Death card, it does make me wonder what conversation needs to be had around the resources or the boom boom room, right? Like there's some stuff that needs to be worked out here. Now, in terms of finances and resources, if there are monies that you are going after, like loans, bursaries, etc., because the Death card is here, I'm going to be really honest and say the money from an institution may not be there. However, you will find a way to generate the resources that you need, but they'll be more sort of self-generated. The other thing is as well, the Death card with the Hierophant card, this does suggest, especially with the Page of Cups and the Judgment card, this will be news that comes from afar about a funeral. I don't personally think this is immediate family, but when you hear it, it might be like oh, okay, well, you know, this needs to happen. Now, for those of you that are, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Hierophant card really is about what you're doing on a day-to-day level that is either supporting or hindering your health. So paying attention to your routines and rituals this week is going to be an absolute must. And I will say, watch out, because it looks like a lot of you could potentially lose your voice this week. I hope that's not the case. Right now, and then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, the Hierophant card with the home, whether you rent or buy, there's something about the home that seems to feel like it's almost like you feel that some aspect of your home life needs to be fortified. And I would agree with you on that, but I would say do it from a spiritual perspective more than anything else. With that said, let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.